You're listening to Varsity Soccer on the Duchesne High School Pioneer Network.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
Arch Material and Handling of St. Louis has one of the largest inventories of pre-owned pallet racking and warehouse equipment in the nation. We work with clients of all sizes, small and large businesses, as well as individuals with very exclusive needs. Visit their website at archmaterial.com.
At Raising Cane's,
The Zach Plackemire State Farm Insurance Agency is here to help with car insurance, commercial auto insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, life insurance, and more. Their office opened in 2016 to serve customers in Florissant and St. Charles, as well as surrounding St. Louis County, with all their insurance and financial service needs. Zach is a State Farm Chairman Circle agent, which represents the top 3% of agents across the nation. Contact them today by calling 314-921-7900 to see how they can help you and your family.
Worldwide Technology is a financially strong, privately held global technology service provider with over 30 years of experience, helping the world's largest and most innovative organizations think differently about technology and how it can drive their business forward. We've got smart people who can help you learn about the latest tech, acquire new skills, and train your team on the solutions integral to your organization's success. We work with our clients by developing collaborative partnerships that give them a holistic view, from infrastructure to experience and everything in between. Create your account today at wwt.com and clear your path forward.
From strategy to execution, Worldwide Technology helps organizations across industries solve their most pressing challenges through innovative technology solutions, empowering business to take on the challenges of tomorrow. They leverage more than 30 years of experience to help propel the globe's largest and most innovative organizations forward. Find them online at wwt.com.
Frank Barrow Stadium on the campus of Duchesne High School. We welcome our guests from St. Pius for tonight's consolation championship game of the Orchard Farm Tournament. At this time, would everyone please rise, and gentlemen, remove your hats for our pregame prayer and the national anthem. God our Father, you have created us to strive for the best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. And finally, we pray for your grace, that you would provide us with the endurance to pursue our heavenly prize, eternal life in your Son. Amen. And now our national anthem. All right, let's meet the starters. First from the St. Pius Lancers. Starting in goal, number 1, Caden Gottman. Starting at midfield, number 3, Abby Kepke. Starting at midfield, number 4, Gabby Mueller. Starting on defense, number 5, Bridget Flanagan. Starting at midfield, number 6, Heidi Vatterat. Starting at forward, number 8, Riley Bonnert. Starting on defense, number 14, Mackenzie McNutt. Starting at midfield, number 15, Maddie Miller. Starting on defense, number 20, Abby Miller. Starting on defense, number 24, Mackenzie Peters. And starting at midfield, number 26, Mabel Sanders. The Lancers are coached by Pam Zaring, assisted by Kevin Hawley, Scott Rudolph, and Derek Gottman. And now let's meet the starters for our Duchesne Pioneers. Starting in goal is senior 0, Maddie Danker. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 2, Sarah Smith. Starting at forward, a senior, number 6, Katie Stockhausen. Starting on defense, a senior, number 7, Faith Dunn. Starting on defense, a junior, number 9, Brooke Kamerer. Starting at forward, a senior, number 11, Madison McCarthy. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 13, Naomi Grizzle. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 14, Violet Saheda. Starting at midfield, a freshman, number 24, Emily Small. Starting on defense, a sophomore, number 26, Daly Meyer. And starting on defense, a freshman, number 28, Katie Welchko. The Pioneers are coached by Patrick Turner, assisted by Claire Skaggs and Jimmy Choinka. Good luck, ladies.
You're listening to Varsity Soccer on the Duchesne High School Pioneer Network.
All right, soccer fans, slide in those shin guards, lace up those boots. It's time for Duchesne Pioneer Soccer. I am Jason Bosher with the play-by-play alongside Mr. Mike Ryan. Mike, how are you, buddy?
Great. Beautiful night for this evening. Yeah.
You got that right.
Early
74
start.
degrees. Mm-hmm. Still a little bit of sun out, but a lot of clouds here. And as we're adjusting mics, there we go. A lot of cloud cover really kind of settling in, which I actually like. I think it's kind of cooling things off just a little bit.
Yeah.
That sunshine was starting to get a little bit roasty toasty, and when you're out there running, you'd like to be a little bit cooler. So the Duchesne Pioneers this evening getting a bonus game as we host St. Pius X from Festus in the third and final match of the Orchard Farm girls soccer tournament. A tournament where Duchesne has not played a single game at Orchard Farm. Kind of boggles my mind a little bit there, Mike.
2 at Fort Zumwalt North and 1 here, huh?
Yes. Yeah. So girls are 1-1 here. Yep. And yeah, lost the first game 3-2 as we're still dealing with some microphone issues here.
There, we're good now.
There we go. So yeah, lost the first one 3-2 to a talented Fort Zumwalt North. Came back out and beat Lutheran St. Charles 4-0 in the second game. So, yeah.
This might be a game of survival of the fittest. Both teams this is their third game in a row.
That's
a tall order.
It really is. And it's going to lead to some pretty tired legs as we were kind of talking there off air. You got a lot that you're asking of these players here to come out and put in the work for 3 games, 3 days in a row. So, be interesting to see how Coach Turner's fitness plan for these ladies starting back in the preseason and all that kind of really helps them here throughout the game. Speaking of fitness, one of our most fit players on the team, Charlie Pirtle, currently out right now due to a head injury. Nothing serious, but they are going to rest her this evening and make sure that she gets all the rest she needs before the real heart of the season kind of really kicks in. We've got a lot of games in a short period of time here as it's a race to the finish line where our last non-postseason game will be May 12th. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games coming up here between now and the 12th. So a lot to ask of these players.
Yeah, we've had 2 circumstances where we played 3 games in a, 4-day span earlier in the season, and now 3 games in a row. So, But correct. The only good thing about now is they are in the same circumstances we are.
We got Stockhausen streaking up the far side.
Showing some speed.
Making her way in. Good cross. McCarthy with the flick and just wide. Good scoring opportunity for the Pioneers there early in the game, less than 2 minutes in. So like to see that kind of speed. Stockhausen able to pull away even with the ball, which is nice.
Yeah, she's got good speed.
She certainly does. Emily Small there knocking on the back door just in case if McCarthy unable to get on it. McCarthy was able to flick it there with her right, but curled it just wide of the post. So goal kick for the Lancers, St. Pius Lancers, as they try to make their way out. And a ball straight up the middle, handled easily by the Pioneers. And a big boot from Maddie Danker. You know what? I've heard that those are called headache balls, Mike.
That's exactly right. Here we go.
Oh, there we go. Great ball forward. Oh, little heavy touch there from McCarthy right into the arms of the goalkeeper for St. Pius. Goalkeeper is Kaden Gottman. She is a senior. And I think it's interesting. She is wearing almost the identical kit as Maddie Danker, the goalkeeper for the Pioneers.
So Caden last season was 11-2 with 10 shutouts.
Wow.
And their backup keeper, well, I don't know if she's a backup, but she played, she was 8-2 with 6 shutouts. They had 16 shutouts last year.
It is a talented team for certain. They've got a record of 8-1 here coming into this match. That only loss being a 3-1 loss to Orchard Farm in the opening game of the Orchard Farm tournament.
And I believe Orchard Farm's undefeated, right?
I believe so. So throw in for the Lancers. Big throw there on the far side.
Yeah, I have Orchard Farm at 7-0. So,
and booted out of bounds there by Daly Meyer. A lot of young players for the Pioneers here on this starting 11. Minus a handful of seniors. A lot of freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, Duchesne starts 4 seniors, a junior, 4 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. Oh.
That was nearly a handball in the box. Thankfully, I don't think the center referee was able to catch that. And that pass just outside the reach of the attacker for the Lancers. Going to go out for a goal kick for the Pioneers.
You were talking about Maddie Denker's bomb out of the back end. We've got a helping breeze at our back here. It's picked up a little bit, so couldn't ask for better weather.
So both teams coming into this one, look at their past 3 matchups here, or past 3 games, not matchups, sorry. The Duchesne's coming in 2-1. Lancers are coming in 2-1 as well. So 2 out of 3 games, not too bad. The Cardinals would take that nowadays.
I was at the game today.
You were? How'd it go? I actually have not heard or seen.
4-3, I believe.
Okay. Is that a win or a loss?
One. Yeah,
okay, all right.
Lars Newbar hit a 3-run home run early in the game. And
nice.
Yeah.
Did you tell them to speed things up so you can make it to the soccer broadcast?
Yeah. I was watching. I was getting a little nervous, but the game went pretty fast, actually.
Players to watch here for the Lancers coming into this game. Number 5, Bridget Flanagan. 8 goals, 4 assists for 20 points so far on this early season. Number 3, Abby Kepke, 6 goals, 2 assists, 14 points. And right behind her, number 13, Emma Miller with 4 goals, 5 assists, total of 13 points. So a lot of points, a lot of goals here for this team. Like you were saying earlier, Mike, they've certainly got enough offense. So I guess the question is, how is their defense?
Right. Yeah, last year they had 16 players score 2 or more goals. 16.
Players to watch for the Pioneers. Originally made this before getting the announcement here, so we had Charlie Pirtle as our number 1 player to watch. I was kind of going with a theme on this one here today, Mike. The fabulous freshman was the theme that I was coining it here. Charlie Pirtle, 5 goals, 5 assists, 15 points. Once again, keep in mind, these are freshmen we're talking about, right? This is incredible at the varsity level. Second player to watch, number 24, Emily Small, coming in with 6 goals, 1 assist, 13 points. And then just gaining her first varsity goal the other day, number 18, Emma Lowe, 1 goal, 1 assist for 3 points. And that right there is the fabulous freshman. And that doesn't even talk about Katie Welchko and all the stuff she's doing in the backfield.
Right.
You've got Ella Burke still, kind of backing up Maddie Danker. She got the shared shutout the other day. So a lot of good talent here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and Coach Turner earlier throughout the season's been going pretty deep into his bench, which is a good thing.
Getting those valuable minutes, so when they do get time out there and we need them, call upon them, they are able to answer the call.
And we've had some games where the opportunity presents itself, where we were winning 5-0, 6-0. So,
Katie Welchko there, center back, came over, smart play, able to intercept the pass, knock it out of bounds, and then now we've got a foul against the Lancers, so free kick coming out for the Pioneers.
Lancers definitely like this side of the field, don't they? I think every ball has been down this side.
The field is looking fantastic up here at Frank Barrow Stadium. A lot of hard work going into it, and got an update from our fearless leader over here, Miss Moore, who was out there cutting it by hand. She's got the snips out there. You always wonder if she's not in her office. Where is she? She's on the soccer field laying down, cutting each grass individually. But it does sound like they're going to try and bring out a bunch of truckloads of sand here over the summer once season is over, and try and get this field pounded down just a little bit more, leveled out, and that's just going to make for an even better playing surface as well for years to come. So it's really incredible to see the transformation of this soccer field over just the past 2 years.
Yeah, it's really coming along. Not too many natural grass fields in the area.
Done overpowered there. Welchko steps in, and a fantastic
plenty of time
tackle there by Welchko. Gets the Pioneers out of danger.
Switching fields. There you go. Laid out there. Perfect. Nice.
Out to Kammerer.
Come to her, somebody.
Kammerer on the far side.
Handball.
It's a handball, correct. Yep.
Call it.
Yeah. Kind of surprised. It looked like she was maybe just shielding herself from this angle, but certainly he saw things different there. Center referee called a handball.
If not, it would have been a free throw-in.
It would have been a throw-in for the Pioneers either way, but we'll take the kick.
Sure.
Dunn slotting a ball up the middle, but intercepted there by the Lancers. And right back on it, that was Emily Small.
Freshman.
Looking for Madison McCarthy there, and then that ball goes off Small and out for a Lancer throw-in. So once again, Pioneers coming in with a record of 5-4. Lancers coming in with a record of 8-1. Mm-hmm. And the only common opponent so far between these two teams is Whitfield. Whitfield lost to the Lancers yesterday 6-0. They lost to us a week or so ago 5-0. So should be, on paper, a very even matchup.
Notre Dame, St. Louis, we play them a little later in the season, and they've already played them and beat them 2-0 on March 27th, and they play them again at the end of April. So, but they haven't played, so we've nothing to compare them to.
Lancers charging up the far side there. Kammer boots it out, but Saheda kind of takes that shot to the stomach and unable to bring that ball down, and now they are going to give a free kick to the Lancers. Not quite in a dangerous spot, if I had to guess there. I don't see too many boots that are able to put a solid shot on net from this distance, but nevertheless, you want to make sure that you're ready for it if you are Maddie Danker back there in goal, and certainly she is, as she is holding her line.
Touch tight along the back line.
Free kick coming. And it was a great shot.
Yeah.
Wow, proved this commentator wrong. Great shot right on net, but Danker
into the
up
breeze,
to the task.
Too.
Yeah.
Into the win.
Yeah.
I'll be anxious to see how our speed on the forward line tests them, because that's really been a big advantage for us this season so far.
Stockhausen back to Kammer. Kammer boots it up and just overcooks that ball right into the hands of the goalkeeper for the Lancers. Caden Gottman with the punt out. Small steps up, intercepts. And a ball misplayed by the defense for the Lancers is going to lead to a throw-in now for the Pioneers in the attacking third.
So St. Pius is averaging 3.7 goals for per game and 0.6 against. That's a pretty good formula for a winning season. Nice turn.
McCarthy there gets tripped up. Referee brings the whistle to his mouth, but looked like maybe he was trying to play advantage and didn't actually signal that way. And unfortunately, Pioneers lose the ball, but now we're going to gain it back on a throw-in here on the far side. A lot of this game so far being played here in the middle third. And
taking liberties over there.
Yeah, Kammer maybe pushed up a little bit, but by the time she released that ball, she was right back where he had blown the whistle, so that's all right.
They definitely like to streak up the field, don't they?
Welchko there, stopping the captain for the Lancers.
She's solid.
Being able to get on that.
She's solid.
She really is.
Yeah. And really a position of big responsibility back there at center back.
And that right there, my friend, is why I'm calling them the fabulous freshman. And whether or not it catches on, I really don't care. I am loving the level of play from these ladies and really looking forward to these, next few years as they develop.
You're exactly right.
I mean, we saw that same thing with a lot of this year's seniors, and it's just been so much fun watching them develop as players and just gaining that size and that speed, the strength, the ability, all that stuff. And then you put together all of that with, the multiple years of sticking with Coach Turner and knowing what he wants. And it just leads to a really good product out on the field. And we've seen that year after year, obviously with Coach Turner now with so many state championships under his belt.
Yeah, we graduate 7 seniors this year, but backing them up are 2 juniors, 7 sophomores, and 6 freshmen. So, yeah, young team. Nice to have those youngsters.
Yes, it is. Speaking of youngsters, Naomi Grizzle there. I wasn't quite sure that the ball had gone off of the Lancers. She thought it was going to be a throw-in for the Lancers. And she ends up happily surprised by the referee. She just kind of shrugs. She's like, oh, okay, great. Just a funny look there.
Daly Meyer
Streaking up the middle, shot, and that's going to trickle in. Easy save for Danker.
2 saves apiece.
As she punts it out, Stockhausen and McCarthy. Ball's coming through and goes out of bounds there. And Stockhausen's going to go back to retrieve a new ball as we have a substitution now for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. I just can't believe 16 shutouts last season out of 23 wins. That's crazy.
So Faith Dunn coming in for the Pioneers. Brooke Kammerer coming off. Faith's going to go back to her left back position here, and it looks like Krupich is now going to take over the right side. So Coach Turner there certainly seeing a few things here on the field and making some adjustments to see what he can do to gain the advantage here for the Pioneers. Slattery to Grizzle. Grizzle turns. Smith back and going to reset. Welchko out wide. Good ball movement here by the ladies. Dunn on the ball. Good cut there. Beats her player and gets the foul. I was hoping that there was going to be a foul called there, and certainly did.
This would be a nice chance to lob it into the box.
One of the players for the Lancers going up to the center referee and having a few words, and he let her say her piece, and then he said, okay, that's enough.
Time to play.
Arms go straight out. He's like, no more. You're good. Welchko set to take here. See if she lobs this one in. Maybe curls it in just a little bit. Far side. Good ball in.
Katie digging over there.
And that is going to go out on a defender. Very quick play back in for Stockhausen. And she is stopped by the center referee who's going to call for the substitution.
Wow.
And Stockhausen thinking, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Trying to play it quick and take the advantage, and that was taken away there by the center referee, unfortunately.
Sort of a late whistle from him.
McCormick now coming in. And she is going to sub off Small, so she'll be playing the left wing. High ball just needs to be brought down there. Almost a handball there on the Lancers.
Yeah.
Kind of gets away with one. Ball sent out wide. McCormick streaking. But goalkeeper able to beat her to the ball and scoop it up. And good pressure by Dunn to help hold this in. And Smith as well. Kind of pinning in the Lancers and not letting them out of their own end, which is fantastic as a Pioneer fan. You love to see that.
And Duchesne's doing a great job of connecting passes. They look sharp.
Saheda there going in for McCarthy. McCarthy's had multiple opportunities, and you can tell by Coach Turner's body language he's very happy with her level of play so far. Good to see the girls starting off nice and strong. We've kind of had this routine, this pattern develop of one goal in just the first half, Mike, and then we pour it on in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, what that's all about, but
exactly.
They seem to settle in that second half, and away they go.
I'd like to see them kind of get settled in a little bit earlier in the game and maybe get some of those goals in the first half. And it's hard to say how much of that is, a level of intensity, maybe a little uptick there on the girls' part, or is it a coaching strategy?
It's a fiery speech at halftime. Is what
fiery
Coach Turner would tell you.
Fiery speech.
Yeah, motivator.
Of course, Coach Turner will take full credit for that.
And we'll let him.
Of course we will.
So Duchesne really upped their scoring average per game. They're at 3 goals per game and 1.5 against. So
ball in. Good sliding save there by the goalkeeper, Gottman.
We've seen some good goaltending.
We have.
Yeah.
All of that negated, though, by an offsides call here against the Pioneers. So an indirect free kick coming for the Lancers. Goalkeeper for the Lancers going to take this kick.
Good ball.
Finds her center midfielder. Puts it right on her. Saheda there. Slattery. Oh, Slattery dispossessed. Saheda stepping in, trying to pin him in. Smith stepping in. Good pressure by the Pioneers, forcing another turnover by the Lancers. So the Pioneers all over the Lancers right now. I'd like to see them convert that to a tally on the scoreboard. Going to take a little misdirection here to get past this goalkeeper for the Lancers, Caden Gottman.
He's got four shutouts this year.
Through ball by the Lancers. Played back. Denker boots it right up the middle. Finds Grizzle.
Nice ball.
Grizzle gets out of double-teamed pressure there. And what looked to be an over and back offsides, not called by the referee. So we will play on. Pioneers going to make it out of their own end here. And that'll be a throw-in for the Lancers.
So St. Pius is always off to the races. They throw it long and everybody's chasing. 3 games in 3 days, you're going to see some really tired legs if they can continue to play that style. That's why it's really important to connect some passes in this game and just, everybody works the ball up. Don't get me wrong. If you can spring somebody, great.
Hey, great, yeah.
Every single time,
You need to mix it up just a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, those forwards just take off running north and south every time.
And it makes me wonder a little bit, Mike, how much of that has led to their high output offense.
Sure.
Right? Because right now, if you look at possession-wise, the Pioneers are certainly outpossessing the Lancers all over the field. Lancers making a lot of mistakes here under pressure, whereas the Pioneers are able to come away with the ball and connect passes and work up the field together. So
yeah, we just need to convert some shots, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think this is a game. Well, I could be wrong, but I don't think we're going to run up a 6-0 kind of score. And
I agree.
It's pretty well matched. 2 opponents here.
Both coaches subbing quite a bit here, and it's breaking up the play just a little bit.
Last season, they had 490 shots in 23 games. That averages 21 shots a game.
Wow.
And 97 goals they scored. So this year, they're on a pace to score 72. So they're about 25% off of the pace from last year.
Coach Turner going to the bench, bringing Madison McCarthy back in.
Here we go.
Slattery off.
Oh,
great backdoor feed there to Faith Dunn. Dunn volleys it out of the air and just over the crossbar. What a good look for the Pioneers.
Yeah, that was well done on her part. Well, no pun intended. But that was well done on her part, Faith Dunn.
Well done, D-U-N-N.
Yeah. Senior.
Great opportunity. Put herself just in the perfect spot there. Ball comes flying across.
That's tough to do.
It is tough. You know what would happen if I was there, Mike? It's a swing and a miss. Strike one.
No mulligans.
Yeah, so great coordination there by Dunn. Would love to see that one just a little bit lower, but you could tell she's certainly trying to go for that top corner, get it out of the reach of the goalkeeper, Gottman. So good looks here for the Pioneers. And I would say scoring opportunities so far favoring the Pioneers here in this first half. Dunn stepping up once again and pinning him in. Doing a wonderful job. Grizzle.
Oh.
Grizzle gets shoved off the ball. And now we get the foul there. Just like to take a second and sponsor the microphones that the referees are wearing, because I'm pretty sure it was AR1 that made that call for him. So Lancers, that seems to be a part of their game as well. Very physical style of play. For some teams, that works out great. You never know, right?
Right.
We're a little bit more of a finesse team. Krupich kind of taken down, kicked in the shins there, but she's back up and all right.
A number of times I'm seeing St. Pius's back line. They're all collapsing back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but be looking for midfielders wide open in that space, trailing behind our forwards.
Right.
Just run onto it in one time. Got to lay a nice ball out to them, though.
So here we are, first half action, 15:30 left to play. 0-0 is your score. Duchesne Pioneers are hosting the St. Pius X Lancers from Festus in the consolation championship game of the Orchard Farm tournament. That is a mouthful. Don't ask me to say it multiple times because I'm going to get it wrong.
You did well. Both teams are Class 2. They're in District 1. Duchesne's in District 3. So we won't see each other in early play in districts. Got to get through them first, though.
Got to get through districts, and then there's a chance. Yep. So when you look back at previous matchups between these two teams, you're going to have to go way back in the history books. 2014.
Good for you for going that far back, because I didn't do that.
That's what happens when I have just a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I actually get to research some stuff here, Mike. I'm kind of proud of myself. But you look back, that was the Class 1 tournament, and Duchesne comes away victorious 1-0. Now, keep in mind, this is back in the heart of our four-peat. And now we've just lost another ball, bringing our total count to two. So 2014 in the Class 1 tournament, Duchesne beats St. Pius X 1-0. The year before that, 2013, back at the Class 1 tournament once again, Duchesne won 4-0. And those are the only two previous matchups on STL Preps.
Yeah, I didn't see anything going back, but I'm glad you found those. Back to her. There. Oh.
Little give and go.
Nice try. It's covered up by the right back.
Welchko pins it right back in. Grizzle looking for the cross, looking for Stockhausen.
Got to use that speed
and
over there.
Stockhausen does commit the foul against the Lancers, so that's going to be a free kick for them coming out of their own end. Not too many fouls going against the Pioneers here so far early in this game.
It's sort of hard to match up with Katie Stockhausen. She's so solid over the ball. She's got speed, good skills, ball at her feet.
I don't think she anticipated that turn and that pass from Grizzle. Kind of looked like it caught her off guard just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
And offsides is the call. What looked to be a very dangerous situation here for the Pioneers.
Yeah.
Is a offsides indirect free kick now coming out of the zone. So very thankful for that call. As a goalkeeper's dad, Mike, this is one of those things where I appreciate this call so much as opposed to letting it play out and then throwing the flag in the air.
I don't get that.
I don't like that at all.
You're just prone to having kids get injured.
Exactly, right? I mean, you want to go to the pro sports level, I completely understand the spirit behind the rule. But when you're at this level, put that flag up, keep these kids safe, because the last thing any of them needs is an injury, concussion, anything like that.
Look at hockey. Hockey did that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When you ice the puck?
Yep.
There'd be huge collisions down at the other end, and they don't do that
now
anymore.
It's just a foot race, right? Just to a certain mark. And that's, once again, keeping players safe. That's the biggest thing for me. I totally understand the spirit of the rule, but very thankful for the way that this one was called.
Nice job over there.
Keeping Danker safe back there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jason.
Pioneers working out. Saheda, midfield. Oh, trips over some fresh cut grass. I'm going to blame our athletic director next time I see her.
Keep her to the outside.
And what looked to be a possible offsides call there was not. And that shot there sent wide by the Lancers. Pioneers sending in two more subs.
Previous 3 seasons, the Lancers were 54, 17, and 2. But get this, from 2011, and you alluded to some of the playoff games, 2011 to 2015, 5 seasons, there were 124 wins, 13 losses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
13 losses in 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And now you got to keep in mind, too, that 2 of those losses came to us.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they placed 3rd. And let's see here. Let's start in 2012. They won state championship. 2013, they were 2nd. 2014, they were 3rd. 2015, they were 3rd. Yeah, they had a good run.
Mm-hmm. And what I notice here as you're looking through those notes there, very, very, very thorough notes there. Is, this is back before the points accumulations that were set forth by Misha, where, you win state, you're moving up, right?
Yep.
They won state, they stayed Class 1.
Yeah. That's a big difference maker.
It is a huge difference maker.
Every level you go up is, just tougher.
Correct. And I know we've spoke to this a few times here, but I'm not a fan of the way the point system is put out there and the way they accumulate, and then how long it takes for those points to drop off as well.
That's the problem.
Yes. Yeah. So many squads, it's a complete changeover year to year, basically.
Yeah.
Stockhausen there,
and I guess
kind of rough down.
They can't take that into account because look how many teams you would have to research. And,
sure.
So
sure.
I get that part of it too.
Mm-hmm. Right. But you think they could come with some kind of a happy medium there. So
exactly.
So throw in for the Pioneers far side. 9:40 left to play in the first half action. Orchard Farm tournament. Ball's on Slattery's foot. Out to Grizzle. Grizzle, chip shot.
We give her a shot for that.
Curling over the crossbar. Good little setup there.
Yeah.
Ball thrown in. Slattery.
We're living a little dangerously on that back line, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the offsides call, and that's great, but you want to make sure you have speed if they do get by you to try and track them down.
And you've got Meyer and Welchko, a freshman and a sophomore, at the center back position, and they are doing an excellent job
this whole year.
Just so much fun to watch. They're bringing that line up. They're pinning the play in. They're active back there, right?
Yeah, they're fearless. You don't see them shrink away from any contact or anything.
Mm-hmm. They're very smart on how they're trapping the players offsides, and now the only downfall to that is if the referee misses the offsides call.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only caveat, I guess, if you will, on that.
But, if you're a good referee, you recognize that and how that's being played, and you better you better stay where you need to be. And he's doing a good job.
So Meyer and Welchko here, center backs, really locking things down.
Do you see what I'm saying, though? Everything's north and south.
It is. It certainly is.
So they don't play the ball wide or, create more space. It's just off to the races.
Out wide, small. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy out to Dunn, streaking up the outside.
Nice.
Getting to the touchline. Knocks it off, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Pioneers.
First one of the game.
First corner kick of the game going for the Duchesne Pioneers. Let's see if they can find the back of the net. With 7:50 left to play in the first half, Orchard Farm tournament, we are hosting the third and final game for the Pioneers here at Frank Barrows Stadium.
That was a nice overlapping run. We've been doing that quite a bit here, and it's been effective.
Ball in by Stockhausen, driven well, right into the middle, headed out. And an excellent play there. Good hustle by the, I'm going to assume, midfielder there for the Lancers, who goes over, knocks that ball out the sideline to prevent another corner for the Pioneers. Substitution again here for the Pioneers. Saheda coming in. McCarthy coming off.
Madison does a really good job receiving the ball and distributing it. I mean, she's really good at that up top.
Mm-hmm. A lot of fun to watch. Shot on just over the crossbar by the Pioneers. Pioneers out shooting the Lancers 6-3 so far. At the end of the day, though, Mike, those don't count.
That's right. One breakaway can doom you. We're not going to let that happen, though.
Goal kick played short by the Lancers. Sent up the near side. Ball bouncing around there. Dunn knocks it off of the midfielder there for the Lancers. Gains the throw in for the Pioneers. Dunn having a great game here so far today.
She is. She's playing well.
Ball played back and reset. Kammer steps in. Great job there. Bodying up and pinning that ball in.
I always like it when the goalie goes to the side on a pass back to her, because you just never know. It can bounce over your foot, and if it does, then it's not in the back of the net.
Yep. Great tackle there by Kammer as she is
flattened.
Double teamed and flattened. Gets up, shakes it off. She's right back in the play as the Lancers elect to play quickly there.
She's had a good year, too. And she's what? A junior.
Saheda up the middle. Coming out. Small. Oh, Small gets under that one. 3 points for the Pioneers. You can hear Coach Turner. That's the right idea. Absolutely. You're in that space. The ball's coming across at that angle. You put your foot on it. Hope for some magic.
Caden Gottman has played in the nets at least a couple of years now, so we're going to have to legitimately beat her on a shot. Mm-hmm. It isn't going to be a fluke.
Correct.
At least you would think that.
Stockhausen. Pressuring on the side.
Yeah, they're starting to work the ball a little bit.
Brought down there.
Nice.
That's Slattery. Slattery is going to go ahead and take the shot, but it's going to deflect off of a defender and bounce easily into the hands of Gottman for the Lancers.
We had a nice conversation with her dad, Kevin Slattery, who's the president of the Booster Club up here. We spoke with him at halftime last game, and uh-oh.
Lancers are off to the races, and what looked to be an offsides call. Flag stays down. Kammerer receives the ball. But an errant pass there intended for Smith doesn't quite make it to Smith. And then that is deflected off Kammerer and right into the hands of Danker. So Pioneers able to avoid danger here, but that
was a little,
looked like a good opportunity for the Lancers here.
Oh, you got to go.
As they're juggling. That was number 20, Abby Miller, a junior, who was juggling that ball kind of awkwardly. Kind of looked like we could have run through it there and maybe kept possession.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Punt going off the side of Gottman's foot there. Comes down.
Handball.
And a handball against
That's okay.
Kammerer.
That's okay. Midfield, that isn't going to hurt you.
A flying handball at that. She was a few feet up in the air receiving that ball with her left hand.
Do you think we have enough players push back? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 against their 4. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
And you keep Stockhausen high, and there you go. A 5v1 for Stockhausen. Let's see what she can do with it, right?
Not take any chances.
Smart defensive play as we're winding down here. The clock on the first half action. 2:40.
Oh, take your
left to play.
Oh,
in the first half. And now we've got an offsides call.
I heard a fan say, "Are you kidding me?" But you know what? You could have had your pick of four players that were off.
Correct.
Way off.
So offsides call there as AR1 was actually waiting to see which Lancer was getting onto that ball. But I think you said it right there, Mike.
Take your pick.
Take your pick because they were all offsides.
Yeah, we're going to rely on that side ref to be in position.
I certainly hope that AR2 is as educated on the offsides calls as AR1 seems to be. And that way, in the second half, we're able to get those same calls as they are the correct call.
We have a nice breeze behind us. We need to take advantage, but we only have 1:40 left.
The Lancers in the Orchard Farm tournament here, game 1 was a 3-1 loss to Orchard Farm on their first game there. Game 2, a 6-0 win over Whitfield. The Pioneers had a 3-2 loss in their first game against Zumwalt North.
Home team.
And then a 4-0 win against Lutheran St. Charles last evening. Meyer and Kammerer double team. Find Grizzle out wide. Nice. Grizzle to Dunn. And the Pioneers are back in possession. Slattery back to Grizzle. Unable to gain possession of it there.
Now she's onside
Ball
there.
Crossed, absolutely onside. She wasn't going to make that mistake again as she was at least 5-10 feet behind the defender for the Pioneers. Then that errant ball comes right up to Stockhausen, who turns and nicks it off of one of the Lancers for a throw-in for the Pioneers.
We have good speed across the entire team. Back line, midfield, forwards.
Pioneers pressing.
Oh, corner. Oh.
And nope, that will go out for a goal. I thought the same thing for a second until I saw that flag start to go up towards the goal kick.
And he was standing, 10.
He maybe had a little bit better view than we did up here. But it was good pressure by Stockhausen there.
9 seconds.
Clock winding down. And we are going to go into half tied 0-0. And kind of, not quite what I expected coming into this, Mike. I'm not going to lie. I did expect an even matchup. But I have to say, I think I'm going to give a little bit of advantage here to the Pioneers just for their ability to string together some passes and maintain possession. But you can definitely see the dump and chase kind of method here for the Lancers, certainly part of their game plan. And thankfully, the referees able to make those right calls there to keep the offsides going.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to sound like I was demeaning the way they're playing. Because they're
not at all.
8-1, and it obviously works for them.
Exactly.
But,
great team.
And we've been in soccer games where you can dominate the play of the game, and one breakaway gets you. And
Correct.
it's so frustrating. But
correct,
that's soccer.
But yeah, the Pioneers here looking very good as far as stringing together the passes here. Was able to catch up with the fabulous freshmen, or at least two of the fabulous freshmen here before the match began, and I'd like to bring that interview with to you here now. All right, we are sidelines, beginning of the the end of the Orchard Farm tournament, and I am here with two of the three fabulous freshmen. Charlie Pirtle, unfortunately, out with a concussion right now, but I do have Emma Lowe and Emily Small here with me. A couple other freshmen that have just been tearing it up on the soccer field about midway through the season and recording a good number of goals, assists, all that stuff. So we'll start with you, Emily. Emily, what how are you settling in here? How are things looking? And it seems like you're really starting to get a lot of multi-point games. How are you finding yourself in those situations?
I think pretty good. It's just, I don't know, the people really welcome me and they have a good attitude, really positive.
Awesome. Yep. Good attitude on the field will absolutely translate to good things on the field as well. So, and Emma, congratulations. You just got your first career goal here. So what were your emotions feeling that after you scored that goal finally for Varsity?
I was pretty excited. I felt like I had one coming. I felt like I had a couple chances in the games before, so I was really excited to finally get it.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. So this is definitely something that doesn't happen very often with freshmen. It usually takes them a little time to settle in and kind of feel their way out. But you guys have come in here, and like I said, midway through the season, you guys are just killing it. So congratulations, ladies, and hopefully you guys get another one tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we are sidelines during pregame here against St. Pius, and it's the final game of the Orchard Farm tournament. I've got Coach Patrick Turner with me. Coach Pat, looks like we've got one win, one loss here in the tournament. It seems like things are going pretty decent. Can you kind of walk us through the two games that happened?
Yeah, I thought the Zumwalt North game, we came out and finally got that first half we've been looking for. The girls played extremely well. Charlie scored 2 fantastic goals. And then, to be honest, you could tell we were kind of gassed, and maybe a few coaching oversights where we could have put some players in a little bit more defensive position, but we were high energy, high octane, and kind of going for it, and ended up giving it away late in the second half there to a really good Zumwalt North team. And bounced back yesterday. We had a feeling the girls would respond well. And I got some goals from Emily, and Faith got a goal, so always nice to see that, and hoping to get more of the same today.
Absolutely. Well, just had a wonderful little pregame interview with two of the freshmen that we're kind of starting to coin the fabulous freshmen, because you've got 3 freshmen on the squad right now that are really contributing on the field, and Charlie Pirtle, Emma Lowe, and Emily Small. It's got to be pretty exciting for you as a coach, knowing that you've got that kind of talent for the next few years.
Absolutely, yeah. This freshman class is very talented, and to get girls contributing statistically helps them mentally and helps them get accustomed to the team. And it's also nice on the defensive side to see Katie Welch kind of come into her own. She's been starting the last few games as a freshman as well as a center back, and been working with Jimmy Choinka on the bench just about some finer things in game management. But yeah, it's really nice to see these freshmen coming up and playing big roles for us.
Absolutely. Katie was going to be one of my next ones I wanted to kind of talk about. It's hard to get stats on defenders typically, right? Not too many goals and maybe get a few assists on them, but seems like she's settling in back there and has a good calm head, and going to be a good force to reckon with there at that center back.
Yeah, it's nice, and she's getting the reps in early, and it's always important for defensive center back pairings to be comfortable with one another, and for her and Daly to start that, one's a sophomore, one's a freshman, that leads for great things, not just the rest of this year, but down the road in the future as well.
All right, well, Coach, appreciate your time, and good luck tonight against St. Pius.
Thank you, Jason.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Skip the line and order with our app or online.
The Zach Blackemeyer State Farm Insurance Agency is here to help with car insurance, commercial auto insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, life insurance, and more. Their office opened in 2016 to serve customers in Florissant and St. Charles, as well as surrounding St. Louis County, with all their insurance and financial service needs. Zach is a State Farm Chairman's Circle agent, which represents the top 3% of agents across the nation. Contact them today by calling 314-921-7900 to see how they can help you and your family.
Arch Material and Handling of St. Louis has one of the largest inventories of pre-owned pallet racking and warehouse equipment in the nation. We work with clients of all sizes, small and large businesses, as well as individuals with very exclusive needs. Visit their website at archmaterial.com.
Hollander Legal has been committed to providing exceptional legal assistance and protection to families and businesses in the St. Charles community since 2019. Their specialized focus in estate planning, probate, and elder law ensures exceptional care and expertise in managing assets, wills, trusts, and legal matters for you. Call 636-442-4670 or visit hollanderlegal.com and ensure that your loved ones are protected. Hollander Legal, your trusted estate planning and probate legal team.
From strategy to execution, Worldwide Technology helps organizations across industries solve their most pressing challenges through innovative technology solutions, empowering business to take on the challenges of tomorrow. They leverage more than 30 years of experience to help propel the globe's largest and most innovative organizations forward. Find them online at wwt.com.
Worldwide Technology is a financially strong, privately held global technology service provider with over 30 years of experience, helping the world's largest and most innovative organizations think differently about technology and how it can drive their business forward. We've got smart people who can help you learn about the latest tech, acquire new skills, and train your team on the solutions integral to your organization's success. We work with our clients by developing collaborative partnerships that give them a holistic view, from infrastructure to experience and everything in between. Create your account today at wwt.com and clear your path forward.
You're listening to Varsity Soccer on the Duchesne High School Pioneer Network.
Welcome back to Frank Barrow Stadium on the campus of Duchesne High School, where your Duchesne Pioneers are taking on the Lancers of St. Pius X from Festus. And, Mike, I feel bad, taking off that heavy metal headbanger music there, but, we got to get back to some Pioneer soccer here.
We sure do. Great afternoon, early evening. It's beautiful.
Just gorgeous. 74 at kickoff. A very evenly matched their first half, where the Pioneers seem to have a little bit more of the possession, but the Lancers certainly able to put together a little bit of offense as well, trying to work up the field, get a few shots on net.
Yeah, made some things very interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments have been made here by the coaching staff for the two teams and how they're able to implement those in the second half here. One notable thing that the Pioneers will have going against them now is they will have that headwind that the Lancers faced in the first half.
Nice job on the far side by our left back. Actually, that's her. 28. Katie.
So working up the field there, Stockhausen pressuring, causing a turnover there by the Lancers, and a quick throw by Kammerer goes off the defender of the Lancers, and it's going to be another throw in now for the Pioneers and about 20 yards closer to the goal.
Yeah,
Let's just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Easy way to make it up the field there.
Nice. Oh, nice. She
McCarthy out to Stockhausen. Great play by Stockhausen. Sends the ball over.
Bring it down.
Done. Still inside the box there, far side.
Throw in.
Going to be a throw in for the Pioneers as Dunn able to knock it off the defender captain there for the Lancers.
We talked about this before earlier in the season. We had a player, Emily Bennett, that she could take that throw in and put it right on the PK spot. It was really effective.
Great throw in here. I do want to circle back here. What a great keep in there by Stockhausen.
It was.
On a ball that looked like it was certain to go out. It was a pass from McCarthy over to Stockhausen. But great effort there on her part. And now the Lancers streaking up the field.
Give her some help over there.
And a shot coming on. Saved by Danker. That was a very good shot. Good scoring opportunity for the Lancers. Coming just 2.5 minutes here into the second half.
Yeah, you definitely can't go to sleep on them. They have a nose for the goal. Awesome.
Kammerer.
Okay.
Going to knock it out of bounds there. I think maybe she thought she had a little more time there as she was just lightly jogging towards the ball and then realized that she had an attacker on her. She's like, uh-oh, I better pick up the pace.
Yeah, that's where your teammates need to be talking to you, letting you know what's up.
And a pass does not go to the intended target there for the Lancers, so it will be a throw-in for the Pioneers.
We've discussed how prolific this team is, St. Pius, on scoring.
Mm-hmm.
So the leading scorer in the St. Louis area goes to Festus High School.
McCarthy finds Stockhausen. Stockhausen streaking up the side here with the ball, gains the box, little pressure on. And that ball is going to go out off of a Lancer, so it will be a corner kick for the Pioneers. First corner kick of the second half.
Good opportunity there.
Only second corner kick of the game for the Pioneers.
Yeah, but this girl, Kaylin Brewer, leads the St. Louis area, 23 goals and 5 assists. She goes to Festus High School, so I don't know what's in the water down there, but a lot of goal scoring going on.
So an opportunity
Look
for
at Brooke
the
Hamer, wide open.
Pioneers here on a corner kick. Good ball, middle of the box, bouncing around. Saheda trails it back. Done. Shot wide.
Good thought. Yeah, when everybody's collapsed back into the box there's got to be some midfielders open.
So looks like that was a deflection off of a Lancer. So it's going to be another corner kick for the Pioneers.
Second of the half. That was a nice ball that Katie Stockhausen just put across on this near side. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Smart play to trail back to Dunn there, who was ready to come on and attack with the shot. Ball played out wide. McCarthy back to Stockhausen. Back in the middle. Saheda shot. Crossbar.
Almost donuts.
Oh, Saheda holding her hands up in disbelief.
Nice job.
Great goal scoring opportunity for the Pioneers. Good ball in. Smart play by McCarthy to send it back out to Stockhausen, who puts it right back in the middle. And Saheda almost puts the Pioneers up 1-0 there on a beautiful header.
Off the crossbar. So you know if you're Duchesne, that ball is going to carry a little bit. You got to be alert for that with the breeze behind St. Pius.
St. Pius. I almost said Father Tolton, right?
Yeah. Hockey game last night, baseball game today. I'm tired.
Couple of winners.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that we can put together a third winner for you here, Mike.
That would be awesome.
Pioneers challenging up the middle, forcing the Lancers back.
Abby Miller with a nice job of bringing that ball down and clearing it out.
And Dunn knocks that ball out for a goal kick. Not quite sure what the intention was on that one, as there were no Pioneers in the area. But you know what? Worst case scenario, it keeps the ball from coming back into our own end. And Dunn just having a fantastic game here this evening. Been a lot of fun to watch. Multiple shots on net. I don't know. I got the feeling, Mike. I got the feeling that Faith's got one coming. Good pressure by the Pioneers still. Forcing the errors here from the Lancers.
And Coach Turner's been doing this in the second half, switching Katie Stockhausen to the left side. Starts on the right and then swaps right and left wing. So maybe just trying to get a little better matchup with her speed.
Or maybe he just doesn't like her. He sends her to the far side every time.
Or maybe she did that on her own.
Maybe.
She's tired of listening to,
she just
she's tired of listening to Coach Turner. I'm going the other side. She's such a good player. You just say, okay.
Right. Yeah, you do your thing.
That's right.
You stay over there. I'll bark orders to the near side here.
And we're talking about senior Katie Stockhausen, who is a captain, and Madison McCarthy is the co-captain.
Mm-hmm. Stockhausen recently signed her letter of intent to play collegiately for St. Charles Community College. Shot on, and it's a goal! Pioneer goal by number 2, Sarah Smith, puts the Pioneers up 1-0.
Sarah Smith, a sophomore, number 2.
Pioneer goal scored by number 2, Sarah Smith.
Nice shot, huh?
A long-distance shot.
Mm-hmm. Right under the crossbar, over the goalie's head. That was perfect.
Puts the Pioneers up 1-0. Second half action here of the Orchard Farm tournament.
You called it. You said there was one fourth coming here pretty
soon.
Well,
there's one coming, but you know what? I still think Dunn's got one in her. I have loved everything she's been doing here. Pushing up, pinning them in their own end. It's going to be interesting to see the response coming here now from the Lancers. And now we've got a foul against the Pioneers, so it's going to be a free kick for the Lancers.
So that gives Sarah Smith the third goal in the season. She's a sophomore, as we discussed.
So we'll see what the Lancers are able to do here. This ball may be a little bit further than that free kick that I had kind of just played off there in the first half, but now they got the wind behind them.
Exactly.
We know they've got the foot. Danker's definitely going to have to be on her toes.
Make sure that official on the other side, he's right on it.
Yep. Center referee repositioning. Long ball. And unable to get on the end of it there. Beautiful little set play, though.
Yeah.
As 4 attackers for the Lancers.
She got in behind us,
exactly
too.
where that ball was going. And that, don't want to take away credit, too. That was a well-placed ball right there, just unable to get on the end of it. So
they're a good team.
They are a very good team. They are fun to watch. A lot of offense, obviously, as you can tell, looking at their record and looking at their style of play. They are used to scoring a lot of goals.
They're coached by Pam Zering. She played Division I soccer at University of Toledo. In her senior year, she was first team all-conference. Coached some high school in Ohio, and then was assistant coach at Columbus State
And
University.
we do have an offsides call
Yep.
on the Lancers here.
So she has some collegiate coaching experience as an assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And this is her first year, I believe. And I saw her and her husband own an insurance agency.
Oh, really?
There you go.
He did do his homework. Renee is right. I can always count on Mike to do his homework, which is good because I never did. I just cheat and copy off of Mike.
I just saw a newspaper article from Festus. They were excited to get her. Sounds like she's going to do a good job. Inherited a good program. They were 19-4 last year, 20-6 before that.
The captain for the the captain for the Lancers was questioning the center referee on that offsides. But I do believe that was a good call there as I was trying to figure out exactly what was going on here. We had a substitution for the Lancers happening when the Pioneers were in possession, which should not have happened. So center referee saying, hey, that's my bad. There's a miscommunication on the microphones there that the referees are using. So
oh, thank you.
So center referee yelling white and pointing blue, and he's like, okay, my bad, my bad.
It's one of the two.
Right, exactly. So that was the correct call. It's definitely
There's no third choice, is there?
Definitely a foul there on the Pioneers.
So we pretty much know what they're going to do with this ball,
so
right?
So the second half yips here hitting hitting us in the press box and the referees on the field. But by God, we're going to get through this together here, Mike. And that ball's going to go out for a goal kick for the Pioneers. So if you're just joining us, this is the championship for the consolation bracket for the Orchard Farm Girls Tournament. Both teams come into this game with a record of 1-1 in the tournament. Both of them losing their first game and then responding well in their second game and shutting out their opponents in the second game. And now here they play for Consolation Championship, and the Pioneers leading on a goal right now by Sarah Smith.
Nice shot by her, for sure.
And a pass just a little too far out of reach there for one of the Lancers on the far side. It's going to go out for a goal kick for the Pioneers. We've got 27:30 left to play. I can't see the live stream here in the press box, but my guess is that the scoreboard is very difficult to read. So I will do my best to try and get you those scores as often as possible. So 27 minutes left to play, 1-0 your score in favor of the Pioneers. And they are pressing once again here. Stockhausen pressuring. McCarthy
picked her pocket
to the middle. McCormick unable to get on the end of it. And a great keep in there by the Lancers is going to lead to attacking. As they streak down the middle. Shot wide. Whoo!
You know, with Maddie standing on her line, she pulled that trigger just a hair, I think a little early. I think she could have taken that ball in a little closer.
So that started by a great keep in there. Far side for the Lancers. And found one of the attackers wide open in the middle of the field. And our center backs unable to keep up with her.
She's on our radar now, though.
Yes, she is. She's coming up the middle again, and Welchko's going to tap that out of bounds.
Can't let up.
Let the Pioneers regroup, find their marks, and hopefully get this ball out of danger.
So Duchesne really likes the home cooking. They're 4-1 this year at home coming into this game.
Coach Turner sending another sub as that shot on goes wide. And that is number 18, Emma Lowe, going to come in. Emma just netting her first goal last Friday. Congratulations, Emma.
She's a what?
Freshman.
Okay. Yeah, you spoke about her earlier.
Yeah. And I certainly don't want to take anything away from Emily Small, who has had a fantastic freshman year as well. I just, for some reason, I had it in my mind that she was a sophomore. And then I'm like, wait a minute. She's a freshman. Holy
Whoops.
cow, wait a second.
Whoops.
And she has had multiple games where she has scored multiple goals. So this freshman class bringing a lot to the Pioneers here. Ball tapped over to Kammerer. Kammerer brought down, but no foul called.
Get back.
Meyer coming back. Ball kept in there. Looked like it was just about out. And double teaming.
I think we're starting to look a little tired.
We are. Mm-hmm. We definitely are. And then we've got an offsides call now against the Lancers. So that's going to be a free kick for the Pioneers coming out. And, yeah, those legs on the back line, they look mighty heavy there, Mike.
Yeah. Some of those are balls we would normally chase down, and they look a little tired. Understandably so.
Yep.
3 games, 3 nights.
Certainly ready for a light practice, maybe a recovery practice, if a practice at all. Maybe Coach opts to give them the day off tomorrow. It's hard to say. But I would expect that if they do practice, it would probably be more towards the recovery. Meyer there. Able to tap it off a Lancer. Nope. They say it does not deflect off the Lancers. It's going to be a Lancer throw-in. Went straight off the Pioneers. Off Meyer there. More substitutions coming here for the Pioneers.
So we only have a couple of home games left. Play St. Dominic, Parkway Central, and St. Louis United.
Why you got to make me sad, Mike? I don't want to hear that. I am excited, though. Very excited for the 24th.
Yes.
When we host St. Dominic. And that will be the Spies Strong night, where we will be honoring Duchesne alum Nathan Spies. And if you are not familiar, Nathan suffered an injury in the line of duty here. He's a police officer in St. Louis, and unfortunately is a life-changing injury. And we are going to do everything we can to raise funds for his GoFundMe. Very, very happy to announce, Mike, that at the boys soccer banquet, the boys team put together money and have donated $500 to the Speed Strong GoFundMe. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Good little start there. Now, I will say the fund is growing, and I don't know what the total is right now on funds raised, but
it's probably around $150,000.
It is a ton of money.
Yeah,
but
it's needed.
Yeah, it will definitely come in handy.
Go through some major surgeries or major medical procedures here coming up.
So we're hopeful that Nathan's able to join us there on the 24th, but we do know that he's going through a lot here right now, and possibly his brother Nick might be able to come in his place. But want to give a shout out to obviously the boys team, the girls team, putting together baskets, but then a very classy act, St. Dominic High School, putting together a basket for raffle as well, and encouraging their parents and their community to donate to the GoFundMe as well. What a classy act there on their part.
Yeah, that's been
very thankful for.
St. Dominic's always been an intense rivalry, but in circumstances like this, yeah, it's nice to see everybody come together. So that'll be our next home game on the 24th. St. Dominic is 5-3 on the season.
So the referee explaining one of the calls to the coaching staff there for the Lancers.
Her body language says to me that she doesn't agree.
I was just thinking the same thing, Mike. She heard the answer but did not like the answer.
Right.
Is would my guess there. So ball played in by the Pioneers, bouncing around in the middle. Stepping up, Krupich.
Nice ball.
Great ball up to Stockhausen. Stockhausen to the corner.
Yeah.
Cuts. Loses her footing just a little bit, but great hustle to get right back in there. And Smith tracking back as well. Smith and Saheda combined there to stop the attack of the Lancers.
Yeah, Katie doing a good job trying to turn that corner, but when she tried, their footing gave out, and ball went the other direction.
And we have seen that a few different times here this evening where people have lost their footing.
Season, yeah. I don't know if the ground beneath the grass is just hard or what.
Well, maybe all those dump trucks of sand here will help. More turf renovations coming to Frank Barrow Stadium this summer as they continue to improve the surface. And, wow, if you haven't been up here on campus here in the past, even few weeks, the transformation as the grass is really starting to take off and mowings have begun. It just looks fantastic. It's a great surface, and a lot of hard work has been put into it to get it to this point.
As I said earlier, one of the very few grass surfaces in the area.
More substitutions now for the Pioneers. We've got 20 minutes left to play second half action. Duchesne Pioneers hosting the St. Pius X Lancers out of Festus. Pioneers currently leading 1-0 on a goal by Sarah Smith. Came in the second half here. We look at the second half stats. Lancers have a good number of shots on net. They've already surpassed. Oh, no, I'm looking at this wrong. My apologies. They are almost equal to their first half shots, and we are only halfway through the second half. So they certainly came out looking to put one in the back of the net, and they have not dropped their heads at all since giving up that goal. The intensity is still there.
Nice work.
McCarthy out wide to Stockhausen. Stockhausen head up. Plays a great ball down the line.
Good
McCarthy
timing.
streaking up. As the Lancers go for a reset, playing back to the keeper. And she switches direction beautifully there.
This has been a good game.
A lot of fun. I could watch these two teams play a lot.
Yeah.
Welchko down the side.
So Coach Turner's going to sub again, and that's great for two reasons. Number one, it keeps the kids fresh. But number two, it takes a lot of time off the clock.
It does.
And every chance you get, man, run somebody in there. I know you get frustrated when you're the opponent and you're on the losing end, but, it's a strategy.
It's a very smart coaching strategy as you substitute.
And you tell the players coming off, walk. Don't jog to the sideline.
Slowly.
Yeah. Tie your shoelace or something,
Right. At the club level and higher, now they
don't put up.
They don't put up with that whatsoever. If you're on the far side, you get off the field on the far side, and then you walk around. Depending on the referee, right? That is
and
the
if you're
standard. They're wanting to go
it
for
too,
exactly.
Yeah.
But good play by both teams, especially considering how tired both teams must be. 3 games in 3 days. And now we've got another corner kick coming for the Lancers.
First one of the second half.
So we've had 3 corners so far in the second half. Duchesne's had 2. First one now for the Lancers. Looks like we've got a left-footed strike coming.
Every one of our players in the box.
She's set up here. Throws her hand up. Ball comes in. Great ball in. Far side. Finds Stockhausen. Stockhausen's just going to boot it up. And it's staying in. And there goes Smith off to the races. Got the ball with her. She's going up. Smith. 2 defenders on her. Shot on. Oh, goes wide.
Nice
effort. And I'm thinking that ball's about to go out, and it stays in. Perfectly placed ball by Stockhausen, and Smith
And you got to give Caden Gottman, their goalkeeper, credit for coming off her line.
Oh, she was way off her line.
Yeah, really cuts down the angle on the shot.
Yeah, and sent that one wide. But Smith almost with her second goal of the night there. Good opportunity for the Pioneers. And a smart heads-up play by Smith, too. Even with 2 defenders on her and a goalkeeper coming straight at her, she's still... Great save, Danker. She still got her head up before she took the shot. And now the Lancers respond right back with their own shot.
Yeah, nice save by Maddie.
As she tips it up and over the crossbar, and it was a well-struck ball. A lot of pace to it. So the second corner kick of the half coming for the Lancers.
16 minutes left in the game, actually.
Pioneers lead 1-0. In swinging ball, coming in far side.
Punch it out of there.
Good one, little deep. Stockhausen on it again, and now she's going to knock that off of Lancer, so it's going to be a deflection and a throw-in for the Pioneers. And
that was definitely deflected.
The defender in disbelief until her teammate said, no, it hit off of me. She's like, oh.
Don't admit that.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I really do. I love it. It's just fun to watch.
Walk.
Good sportsmanship there by both teams. And just, they're kids having fun playing a game.
Yeah.
And that, sometimes
on
as
a
an
beautiful
adult,
night.
It's really, really hard to keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're right.
So I love seeing it. So throw in here for the Pioneers. 15 minutes left to play in the second half. The Pioneers are leading the St. Pius X Lancers by a score of 1-0 on a goal from Sarah Smith here in the second half. And a ball punched through, and they're off to the races once again. Camer's
got
trying to pin her out wide. Ball comes in, but not cleared out properly. And the Lancers still on the attack right at the top of the box here. And then done with the big clearance.
You're starting to see our spacing between the lines. The back line, the midfielders, and forwards are starting to, get out of shape a little bit.
Yeah.
They're tired.
A lot of heavy legs out there, and you can see it. And a lot of frustration from the coach for the Lancers. Jumping up and down on the sideline there, looking for a call. I'm not quite sure what she was looking for.
Don't know. There we go.
Good step there by Grizzle.
Time.
And the Pioneers not quite as crisp with their passing.
You're right. And the issue is we're not moving away from the ball and opening up because you're tired.
Tired.
So
yep.
Yeah. Our players get the ball at their feet and they look up and there's nobody there for them.
They're trying to take that opportunity when they're not on the ball to rest their legs.
Yeah, I get it.
Unfortunately, that is leading to some more turnovers, a lot more than what we had here in the first half. Nonetheless, Pioneers still leading 1-0, hoping to close out this game. 13:30 left to play in the second half. Pioneers up 1-0.
Well, she pulled that out of the air real nice.
Camer out wide, looking for Stockhausen, but
a little ambitious.
Off the mark. And now a substitution for the Lancers here. Both coaches looking to get fresh legs in. Big throw for the Lancers there.
This is, you know what? That's
and
not
now
such,
we do have a foul.
That's,
and I would not be surprised to see a
yeah.
card here. Does not look like he is pulling one out. That was Katie Welchko there. And now we are going to stop the clock. Referee has signaled to stop the clock, and not quite sure.
He's going to step him off.
Not quite sure what we were stopping the clock for, but he is stopping it. So,
I'd like to see. Well, I would like to see Maddie come off her line a little bit. Cut some of that angle down, and if there's a tweener, where the ball drops in, she can get to it quicker.
So center referee's going to step off. Very long 10 yards. A lot of big steps, but that's all right.
He's tall.
He is tall. So free kick coming for the Lancers.
Got to watch for
Dangerous
rebounds.
area.
Here. Rebounds. Ooh.
High shot over the crossbar. And she was shooting all the way, even though the Lancers were streaking towards the goalposts. That was a shot in her mind from the word go. So goal kick now for the Pioneers. 12:15 left to play in the game. 1-0 lead over the Lancers.
So this season we really have balanced scoring. 6 players with 2 or more goals. 10 players have scored at least 1 goal. We're on a pace to score about 54 goals this season, 3 per game. We had 41 goals all of last season, so we're ahead of. There we go. There we go.
Oh, Pioneers trying to pick the pocket of the defender for the Lancers and almost succeed. And now, unfortunately, they're going to have to put on some wheels, get back to help out. Lancers with another opportunity here. And that ball struck out of bounds.
Corner.
For a corner kick. Smart play there to knock that ball out of bounds instead of allowing the attacker to get the shot off. So third corner kick of the half for the Lancers.
Everybody for Duchesne
Looks
back.
Like an out-swinging ball. Left-footed strike.
Nice ball.
Top right at the mark. Knocked out. Stockhausen. A lot more errors coming with all these heavy legs here for the Pioneers.
Yeah. Not as sure-footed.
And now that one knocked out wide by very strong play by Saheda. Throw in coming for the Lancers.
Think Coach Turner can call timeout? He ought to try.
Right.
Yeah. Regroup.
Yeah, let's take a timeout. A TV timeout. Big throw right in on the mark. Just like a corner kick, basically. Well done. Defended out by the Pioneers, and that's going to go out for another throw in.
2 swing and misses by our backs back there, and it's getting a little dicey.
It is getting dicey.
So if we get this, everybody needs to just break out of their own end. Move.
Like to see a little more energy out of the Pioneers, but it's understandable why we don't, as it's third game in 3 days. But Lancers have faced the same thing, and a ball trickles into Danker. And we do want to take this quick opportunity to mention, if you have not purchased your Dream Home raffle ticket, today is the last day for the early bird. It is not the last day to buy, but it's the last day for the early bird. So if you want to get into an extra raffle at no additional cost, you need to purchase that ticket today before the clock strikes 12. Mike, have you bought your ticket?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
I am a slacker. I have not, but it is on my list of things to do. I have so many lists on my phone. It's on my list to do this evening after the game. So I want to make sure I get in for
a lot of nice prizes.
Yeah. Take the cash. Call that a little wham. Walking around money. So another corner kick coming for St. Pius. Little under 9 minutes to play. Second half action. The Pioneers leading the Lancers 1-0.
We're hanging on, living dangerously here.
Both teams 2-1 coming into this over the last 3 games. Both of them with a 1-1 record in the tournament.
Out.
Big boot out there. Pioneers pushing up.
Oh.
And there are 5
1,
or
2, 3,
6
4.
Lancers offsides.
Take time, Maddie.
The coaching staff trying to understand the call. They believe that was deflected by a defender, but that defender was not intentionally trying to play the ball. Therefore, that rule does not apply in this instance. So a lucky break there for the Pioneers. And the Lancers pressuring once again, and I just gives me a bad feeling, Mike. I'd like to see some more possession here out of the Pioneers.
7.5 minutes to go. That's a lot of time.
Good pressure by Dunn there, far side. She has just been rock solid, and I'm going to have to make her my player of the game here for the Pioneers. Faith Dunn playing the left back.
It's a good choice.
Has had just an incredible game. So much fun to watch. Multiple shots on goal, and very tough defending. So very, very happy for Faith, and hopefully she can keep stringing together a bunch of games for this. Now, I must tell everyone that with the Player of the Game award comes absolutely nothing. You don't get any recognition besides me saying your name on the air, and a ball shot wide, corner or goal kick coming for the Pioneers. I was not given any $1,000 gift cards to hand out for Players of the Game, so unfortunately, they'll just have to settle for
pat on the back.
A pat on the back, yes. And the Lancer kind of climbing up Slattery's back there on the far side. No call. And now knocked out.
Look where the goalie's at.
By the Pioneers.
She is way out.
Way out. Not sure if Huddle's picking that up, but she's a good 10 yards outside the box.
Yeah, every bit of that.
The Pioneers can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Maybe pop a shot from distance. Ball staying in on the sidelines there, knocked out by Dunn, allowing the Pioneers to regroup. And here comes another push by the Lancers.
Yeah, you're starting to see some of them slow down, too. They've got to be tired as well.
And Grizzle looking for the call there, does not get it. And the foul throw-in was not called either. So things getting sloppy here by both teams.
Take your time.
5:40 left to play. Pioneers leading 1-0. Consolation championship game of the Orchard Farm girls soccer tournament here for 2025.
Keep them in front of you here.
Big boot coming. Done right there again.
Yeah, good hustle.
And off the referee, and a very fortunate bounce for the Pioneers as that changed possession. So that should be a drop ball for the Pioneers.
Clock ticking down.
Clock's ticking down, and the Lancers are arguing. Let them argue for the next 5 minutes. I'm okay with that, Mike. Because there are only 5 minutes left on the clock. Home game at Frank Barrow Stadium, and that ball not played very smartly there by the Pioneers and almost given up. Something maybe to work on a little bit there at practice there, as we nearly lost possession and now knocked out by Grizzle.
This is a great game for both teams, honestly. Yeah. Sharpen them up, right? St. Pius comes in 8-1. They're not used to losing, so.
No, they are not.
Yeah, I can see where some frustration might.
And now we do have a foul. It's a push against the Lancers. That was Katie Stockhausen trying to maneuver through, and Katie able to push through a lot of stuff with her ability, but knocked off the ball. Referee does see that, makes the call, and now Kammerer here set to take with 4 minutes left to play. Second half action. McCarthy unable to get to it, but brought down by Welchko. Up to Allison Slattery. Another good step by Welchko, and a great ball chipped over. And now we're off to the races here. Shot on, save, Danker!
She's been solid in the net today, that's for sure.
Woo! Second really good test on Danker. And she stands tall in the net back there with a big punt. And now a ball up to Stockhausen on the corner. Stockhausen comes away with it. Far side.
Get to the far.
Cross. Oh, overcooked.
We still have it, though.
Slattery can keep it in, take it to the corner, kill the clock.
Nice.
There's only 3 minutes left.
Oh.
Slattery taken down, does gain the foul.
Way to be aggressive on that.
So dangerous free kick coming for the Pioneers with only 3 minutes left to play in the game.
Coach Turner keeping some players back. Don't want
to give up that
a breakaway.
Exactly.
Break out of their own end.
Yep. And I would be happy to see 2 players marking the striker here for the Lancers as opposed to the 4 in the middle and only 1 person on. And now he's dropping some more.
He heard you.
Yep.
He heard you guys, both of you.
Yep. So
a lot of time clicking off here.
2:30 left to play. We've lost nearly 40 seconds setting up this free kick here for the Pioneers. Great ball in. McCarthy heads. Shot. McCarthy with the goal! Madison McCarthy puts in the second one for the Pioneers with 2:13 left to play in the game.
That was a backbreaker.
Pioneer goal scored by number 11, Madison McCarthy.
Now, just keep the energy level up. Keep your head on a swivel because you know they're frustrated.
2:13 left to play. Frustration starting to run high for the Lancers. Pioneers on an emotional high right now after scoring their second goal of the half, putting them up 2-0.
That girl coming off her line.
Stanker comes up.
Good job.
And a hard push there. And we are going to see our first booking of the game.
So he deemed that intentional.
He did deem that intentional. It certainly looked intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And now the
little frustration
coaching staff for the Lancers there sharing their frustration with the center referee. But I do believe that's the right call. That hit was late and high, and I do think that was the right call. Did not show any intention of slowing down or trying to avoid the collision. So per high school rules, she must sub off here. Her substitute has come in. We've got 1:56 left to play in the game. Pioneers leading now 2-0 on goals by Smith and McCarthy.
And again, kudos to St. Pius. They're a good team.
A fun game to watch. Mm-hmm. That is certain. So once again, if you have not purchased your Dream Home raffle ticket, we encourage you to do that today before we run out of early bird sales.
And also, we encourage you to come up on the 24th when we play St. Dominic for their special night for
Spies.
Yeah,
correct.
Nathan Spies.
Mm-hmm. That is going to be a fun event up here. Raffle baskets. We'll have some... as we've got a play ensuing here. Near side. Ball in the box. Coming, shot on. Defended well by Welchko and knocked out. But yeah, we'll have raffle baskets. We'll have all kinds of GoFundMe QR codes if you'd like to donate. And if you can't make it and you'd like to donate, please call up to school. And they would be happy to assist you with making sure the donation gets to the right place. So big throw coming for the Lancers. 1 minute left to play in the game. 2-0 the lead for the Pioneers. Kammer heads it out. Stockhausen on the ball.
St. Pius has had a number of good chances this half and just haven't been able to put it in the back of the net.
Kammer there knocking that one out on the clearance with 40 seconds left to play now. Lancers possessing, looking for an opening. Ball trickles in, and Danker's going to scoop that up easily with 30 seconds left to play. So a solid outing for the Pioneers here.
Especially given they've played 2 games in the last 2 days. So
correct.
Third game.
Mike, if you and I tried 3 games in 3 days, I think we'd be calling this from the emergency room. And the clock is winding down and now is stopped.
Banged up a little bit.
So the Referee there stopping the clock. 4 seconds left to play. Free kick ensuing for the Lancers. It's going to come bouncing in, and Danker picks that one up, and your Pioneers are victorious, beating the Lancers 2-0.
Yeah, very hard-fought game.
Pioneer shutout by your goalkeeper, Maddie Danker.
That was a good, solid outing.
Very fun game to watch. Very enjoyable.
Against a very good team.
Correct. I think any given day, this game could go towards either team.
Right.
Right? This was just the day for the Pioneers as they come out on top 2-0. Our next home game will be
24th, right?
The 24th. No, 21st.
Huh?
Oh, no, that's away. I'm sorry. Yep, I'm reading this wrong. Next home game is the 24th against St. Dominic High School, and then we'll be back here on the 29th and the 5th as well. So basically a 3-game homestand there. But we do have 2 games away. Our next one coming up on the 21st. First Pattonville, followed by Notre Dame High School, and then now a home game, or home game then after that. So
nice display of sportsmanship as one of the Lancer coaches walks across the field and shakes the referee's hands and have a little discussion, but he's being very civil about it, and that's the way to do it.
Absolutely. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching the live stream here and watching your Pioneers come away with a win. Once again, 2-0, your final score in favor of the Pioneers. For myself, Jason Boschert.
Come on up.
Yeah.
Right? What, the 24th.
24th. Get up here.
We'll have a good crowd. I think that's a Thursday night. St. Dominic, good, good opponent for a good cause.
Hopefully we've got some good weather as well. So
yeah.
But for myself, Jason Boschert, my co-host, Mike Ryan, just like to say thanks for watching and go Pioneers.
Good night, everybody.
You're listening to Varsity Soccer on the Duchesne High School Pioneer Network.